it's going to affect the company, I'm going to handle that way differently than like, a little white lie or whatever, right? But I had to let go of a recent employee. I mean, just showing up to work. Like you could call in and use part of this generous PTO that you didn't even no call no show. You literally no call no show.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get 4 weeks vacation and no call no show? All you have to do is message and say, "Hey, I'm going to use one of my days today."
Do you think they were smart enough to do that?
Uh, I even had to say, I was like, you know what, man? Like, we're only having this conversation
Oh,
because,
they're saying like I have to say my vacation days.
like, I was like, we're only having this conversation. I was like, because their PTO does include their vacation and medical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because no, I'm not giving them that much. But I was like, hey, man, like, the reason why this is an issue is you have a team, and you didn't even say nothing to nobody. You didn't let them know that you're not coming into work. You didn't like. So this
And
is a
they
respect
and
thing.
they depend on you, all that kind of stuff.
Yep, and this is now a respect issue. So you don't respect anybody here.
So basically, you say fuck your team, fuck everyone.
Yep. So I'm getting rid of you. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was like,
It's like too late for that.
yep. I was like, oh, you could have messaged at 8 o'clock in the morning saying, "Hey guys, I'm not coming in today." Done. Expectations have changed for the day. If they were depending on you, maybe they'll change. They'll know the urgency. They'll know how to be agile. They'll know like these systems that I try to put into place and enact in technology is because of things like that. But it does take the participation of the employees.
Have you ever fired somebody and you like later on like, man, I shouldn't have fired this person?
No, um, no, because the only firings I've ever done was either I didn't choose to fire the person, I just had the job of firing. And so when I had to do that, I didn't have any thoughts about that. That was my job at the time,
Yeah.
and I didn't make that decision. Um,
Usually when people get fired, they fire themselves, right?
yeah, it's in my experience. I've only seen like actual malice, like, you know,
Isn't it like you like randomly say, okay, I don't like Jason, I'm gonna fire Jason today, right?
right? I've never seen that. I have seen, or at least not in my work environment. I have seen it at, there's a bar close by that one of the bartenders previously, not currently, previously had already slept with the now interest of the bar owner. And because of the fact that he had already had sex with her, he got fired.
That's so fucking messy. That's messy as fuck.
And so I've seen other people do that shit, petty shit. I'm like, that's petty. That's pretty petty. But for me, I've like, I don't need you to be my friend to be my employee.
Mm.
I just need you to be respectful.
So when you hire someone, how you know you're hiring a dog versus hiring a kid?
That's actually that's a hard one because even some grown-ups are still kind of young, mental or emotionally intelligence wise. Um, I have an interesting interview process. I think in the sense that like I'll ask certain questions that I really do want them to give me an example of like a failure, like a big failure. Like everyone's like, oh, what's the
That's
best?
one question I ask. I always ask like, tell me a time you failed.
Like failed, and
Yeah.
then I'm trying to gauge whether or not they're.
And
It's a
that,
it's a people skill.
and
Like,
that's the most. Oh, one time I finished the second place. No, my friend, it's
no,
not fair. Like
failed.
you fucking failed. Like you fucking fucked up big time, right?
So I gauge the response on that.
Yeah.
Like, are they gatekeeping what they consider failure? Do they not? Do they? Or but when a dude's like, he was like, oh, like like I am open about costing someone $23,000 an hour,
Mm-hmm.
and it costing 46 grand, but it was within with the SLA. It was my failure, but I owned it.
Mm-hmm.
So adults own their failures.
Yeah.
Adults own mistakes.
Yeah.
Children hide them.
Yeah. I made a mistake. I fucked this up. I did this wrong. I caused this. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and as a business owner, it does you with your clients. You have to do that if you do make a mistake ever, and you own it. Whatever it is, if it's costing you money, if it's redoing it, if it's you working freaking 24 hours straight to get it fixed because of what you did, that's an adult. Own your mistakes, own your failures, learn from them.
Why do you think this generation doesn't want to do that?
Instant gratification and sheltering of, like, not allowing them to fail, not allowing there to be a winner, not allowing healthy competition.
It's like part of like fucking 8th place trophy and shit like that.
Like, there needs to be a clear line. So this is the hardest part about anything sometimes, when a line has to be drawn. The moment you cross it, even if it's only a little bit, the line was crossed, right? But that's the line. And you can't move it. And that's where these people, like, these goalposts keep getting moved. And I was like, no, if this is success, if this is correct, whatever it is, then that's the line. And if you can't get above it, train harder, educate yourself, whatever it is. And if you can never cross it, know your limits. That's the other thing, like, everyone's like, you can do anything you want. Like, I love the mentality of we can be anything you want to be. That is not true. It's not. Now, fostering creativity and developing someone when they're young and saying you can be anything you want, that's good. Telling every kid they need to go to college and go into debt is stupid.
Yeah.
They're not meant for it. I mean, in Japan they test for this, and in the UK they test for this. In Japan, I think it's like 14 or so, you take a test that's equivalent to our college entry exams, and if you do not pass it, you're not going to college. They tell you academics is not for you. So go become a mechanic, go become an electrician, go become a carpenter. England does the same thing. When you turn 16, if you're not really academically bound, they identify this. Well, you can start an apprenticeship. So that way their electrician apprenticeship starts when they're 16. So then when they turn 18 and they're adults, they have the skills to have a job, and they get into the workforce immediately. So I think telling that you can be anything you want to be is great, but it's not realistic. And living in the real world is what happens, but to when you turn 18 and the rug gets pulled, the blinders come off, you can go to jail, you can go into debt, you can be arrested and go to prison, not little smack on the hand anymore. And nobody's like, it's like all these little YouTubers going around smacking people, pushing people, messing with people. Nobody's ever punched them in the damn mouth. And maybe someone should have smacked the shit out of them at least once. Like, I remember the first time I hit someone at a bar that was they just crossed the line, that was young enough, but they just crossed the line, so I smacked him in the mouth, and the look on his face, I was like, no one's ever smacked you before, have they?
That's my thing too. I think there's goodness in getting punched in the face, right?
Yeah.
I think there's a lesson. I think everyone should get punched in the face one time. Like, oh shit, I got fucking punched in the face. Like, I think there's goodness in that.
Yes, because like, you're gonna learn limits. I've got friends that we became friends after the fight, but the fight happened.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I mean, that's what the Dukes is. And yeah, Dukes up. Like, know when to fight, not when to, and I've learned, like, it's not, don't cause it, but you want it.
I'm a believer everyone should learn how to fight. I'm a big believer boys and girls should learn how to fight at a young age. Like, I think everyone, including girls, should learn how to like do some kind of boxing, or I don't even call it, like, defend yourself, right?
Yeah, because there are going to be bullies. There are going to be people that they've used physicality over.
As soon as you fuck, they fucking back the fuck down.
Damn straight. And also, you don't need to call the cops to solve a problem. If you will step up and solve the problem.
Yeah.
Like, if you're watching someone getting mugged, just go over and smack them over the head.
Yeah.
Help your neighbor out.
Yeah.
But now people are like,
don't fucking videotape that shit on your fucking phone.
Yeah. No, go over there and freaking smack him over the head. He's in there mugging someone, robbing someone. Oh, you're picking on someone, like, pick on me. Oh, you're planning on, you're gonna hurt someone, you're gonna have to hurt me first.
So Bob, what do you see as your, like, future self? Like, what do you see your future goals?
I would like to. I would like to travel more of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, a future goal for me would to be to touch every continent. Like quite literally.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think I'm gonna learn to sail to do that.
Like you gonna sail there in a boat?
Mhm.
Oh shit. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm fucking flying. I don't know if I'm gonna sailboat.
I've thought long and hard about this, and people are like, "Oh, you know, you can die." I was like, "Well, I'm not doing it right now. I'm gonna do it when I'm older." But we, our ancestors did it. It can be done.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So that's a goal of mine. Like I said, it's to push myself, like
Yeah.
learn something. I don't know. We grew up in the Great Plains. I don't know a damn thing about boats.
Mm-hmm.
So to do that, I'm gonna need to learn a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'd also like to, I would like Atlas to grow to a point where, yeah, like I can back off as a principal founder, as one of the original people, and my leadership creates new leaders, and then watch that grow.
Mm-hmm.
That's a goal of mine to actually be able to step away and not have to worry, not have to touch it, not have to do anything, and know that I created something. I created a system that creates excellence, that creates quality, and that um, helps other people do the same thing. That's a goal. And I've got me and Chris working on this. We're thinking 3 to 5 years. It depends on market for stuff, but that's a goal. Like where we know we've created something now that we can take it to another state and have an office in California and have an office somewhere else. So that's a goal. Because I'm hungry. I'm never satisfied with enough. I also want to. I would say I want to. I kind of want to, because I've been a doer for so long and I didn't go into teaching. I kind of want to maybe go into teacher when I become a teacher when I'm older. Because
You got the patience for that.
that we'll see about that, and I think it might help them. It might help to have someone say that's you're being pretty stupid right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm a successful business person. I'm smart. I've been doing this for decades. I think you should listen to what I have to say versus the guy that graduated, went to graduate school, then couldn't get a job, then got his doctorate, still couldn't get a job, but now the college gave him a job teaching with no real expertise or no how to fail. Like I've had a business fail.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know, like my glasses store failed. Like that cost me money, but having that failure made me wise.